Ahoy there! I'm the treasure stacker, and the stock market is going bust. Everything is selling off from Nvidia to Apple, Amazon. So, what do you do in this situation? If you guys are holding stocks right now, I would suggest to get out of the stock market. Right now, things are looking gloomier than ever. There's a lot of media attention about us being in a recession, which I've been well aware of, that I feel like we already have been in a recession, but now the mainstream media and the general public is starting to wake up to the fact that we are indeed, in fact, in a recession. The job reports numbers have come in low. Unemployment is starting to shoot up high. Guys, things are taking a turn for the worse, but you don't want to panic sell. Don't panic sell your guys' silver and gold, especially gold. Gold is so stable. It's still at the $2,400 mark. That's nothing to us, guys. Everything else is selling off at huge percentage points, and gold is hanging in there. Silver has been knocked, but it's not all the way down. Maybe a good buying opportunity for people, because at the base of it all, the dollar is not going to be worth much. It's going to keep going down due to inflation. If the Fed does cut those rates, guys, we're going to see gold just shoot straight up, skyrocket, literally, guys. Gold will be going high, and then silver always lags gold, so eventually silver will have its day to shine as well, but it's going to take longer for silver to get back up there. So definitely gold is always the safer play. Silver is more of the speculatory move. However, it's still better than holding dollars. You don't want to be holding on to dollars, guys. And stocks, I mean, here's what I look at, guys. I look at what are the big billionaire people doing. Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. These guys, Elon Musk shared a tweet showing how we're headed towards hyperinflation like Venezuela or something. But aside from that, Warren Buffett's been selling off all his stocks, billions and billions of dollars. Jeff Bezos sold off billions worth of Amazon stocks just last year and just about every quarter, guys. If you guys are tracking what these big wig dudes, the whales out there, what they're doing, they're getting out of the stock market. They're liquidating. They're putting the cash in their hands or in their bank accounts. It's going south, guys. Now, in the background of this video, I'm showing you guys all my generic silver bars, buffaloes. These are the types of silver, if you were to sell some, if you're in a pinch or something, like, these are the first things I would let go of. I would suggest, like, getting rid of your generic stuff that doesn't have a high premium attached to it. That's the first stuff you should let go of if you did need to come across some extra cash, whatever your situation might be, especially if you lose your job in this recession that's looming over honestly the whole world right now, guys. Like, the recession it's real. Everyone's hurting financially, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better, at least definitely not for another month. And now let's look at some of the silver in my stack that I would not even consider letting any of this stuff go at these prices, guys. And most of you that are stacking, we're not thinking about selling back into dollars, right? The end goal is to hold this stuff until either a financial crisis gets so bad that they default on all the interest that's been piling up for the national debt, or if we come into a barter scenario where dollars are actually just completely useless in general. But yeah, this is the stuff that, sovereign coins, a little bit, they're a little bit higher on the premium. So this stuff you guys really just want to hang on to. Only if you need to sell something. That's where I was pointing out, let go of some of that generic rounds or bars and things like that. That's the first thing in my stack I would let go of. And those are also the first things in my stack I would use to trade in to get more gold, because gold, as you just saw, when things go south, silver takes a pretty hard dive, but gold doesn't go down as much, guys. Gold is always the safer bet. It's always a safer store of value. Whatever money or wealth you have, if you put it into gold, it's always a more secure bet. especially against inflation. Now I'm going to talk about Bitcoin for a second, guys. I don't really care much for Bitcoin. I do see it might have some use at some point. I do think that, like, if the dollar does crash, being able to trade something digitally without the dollar being accessible, or if the dollar is completely toast, I do think Bitcoin might actually keep up with inflation at some degree. But as of right now, I'm more skeptical, because it looks more like inflation is actually starting to catch up to the Bitcoin itself, whereas gold is appreciating, 20% past all-time highs. Bitcoin really only went like 10% past its all-time high when it reached 70,000, and it's been doing poorly ever since. It's actually been making lower highs on like a straight down trajectory, if you guys have been looking. And gold has been sitting, 2% away from its all-time highs this last week, and Bitcoin was 20% away from its all-time high. So it had quite a gap between the price and its all-time high. So I'm starting to feel less and less like Bitcoin is a safe option, especially compared to the precious metals. And that's because we're going into what looks like either a depression or just a bigger financial crisis, until the Fed decides to revive this economy and start printing more money, which is what they're going to do. I just want you guys to know out there not to be discouraged if the silver price is down right now. It's not a big deal, guys. We've seen lower, we've seen worse. We still have the metal in our stacks, it still has a chance to bounce back up. In fact, I think it's more likely that it will go back up. Whereas the stocks that were overinflated, overbought, you guys remember that. The stocks are overbought. Everyone was dumping their money into it. So when it comes down, it comes down. And it's going to be hard for them to pump it back up. They're going to try, though. Don't get me wrong. They're definitely going to try. But with the precious metals, they've been oversold. So how much more selling can they do when everyone's been selling it? It's not like it's a big frenzy out there. Everyone's buying precious metals right now. No, mostly just the stackers are buying. So we definitely have more room to go back up. It's going to be quicker for the gold and silver to shoot back up than it will be for like the regular tech stocks and things like that. Well, I do want to thank you all for watching. Definitely going to be a wild month before that September meeting. I think it's on the 17th or 18th, somewhere right in the middle of September. So, thank you all. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and like button. The winds are rushing into everyone's face, and we are almost going overboard, but not if we have gold and silver in our pockets to weigh us down, guys. To all ye out there, keep on stacking your treasure. Have a great day, and farewell.